Imagine you are walking down the street feeling perfectly fine when suddenly a crushing weight hits your chest. For millions of men over 50, this is not a movie scene, but a reality that could have been prevented years ago. Most people believe that if their cholesterol is within the normal range, they are safe, but the latest clinical data tells a much darker story. Did you know that nearly half of all heart attacks occur in individuals with what doctors call healthy cholesterol levels? This is because the standard tests we use are often decades behind the actual science of longevity. I am a board-certified physician in internal medicine and obesity medicine, and today I am going to show you how to look past the surface. We are not just talking about avoiding fried foods or taking a statin. We are going to discuss a simple nutritional protocol centered around one specific bowl of food that can actually help reverse the process of atherosclerosis. Surgeons rarely mention this because their job is to fix the engine after it has already smoked and stalled. My job is to teach you how to refine your biological fuel so the engine never breaks down in the first place. By the end of this video, you will understand the exact mechanism of plaque formation and the specific ingredients you need to start clearing your arteries naturally today. This is not about a quick fix, but about understanding the biochemistry of your own body to ensure you live a long and vibrant life. While I am a doctor, I am not your personal physician. The information shared here is for educational purposes and should be discussed with your healthcare provider before you make any changes to your medication or diet. Now let us look at why your arteries get clogged. Think of your cardiovascular system not as a set of static plumbing pipes, but as a dynamic living highway. The surface of this highway is called the endothelium. This is a single layer of cells that lines every blood vessel in your body. When this surface becomes damaged by high blood sugar, chronic inflammation, or high levels of factory smoke like homocysteine, it creates tiny potholes. Your body tries to fix these potholes by sending in cholesterol, but if you have too many small, dense particles known as B, they get stuck under the road surface. This is the beginning of a plaque. Most doctors only look at LDL cholesterol, which is like counting the number of cars on the road. But B is like counting the number of cars that actually have the potential to crash and cause a pileup. To truly prevent a heart attack, we must focus on two things, which are reducing the number of these dangerous particles and healing the road surface itself. The endothelium is protected by a delicate gel-like layer called the. Think of this as a stick coating on a frying pan. When the is healthy, cholesterol and immune cells slide right past the vessel wall. However, a single high-sugar meal can temporarily strip away this coating, leaving your arteries vulnerable for hours. This is why managing your post-meal glucose spikes is so critical. This is where our simple bowl comes into play. The foundation of this heart-healthy diet for seniors is fermentable fiber. When you consume 30 grams of fiber per day, specifically from sources like steel-cut oats, beans, and berries, something miraculous happens in your gut. Your microbiome ferments this fiber into a short-chain fatty acid called butyrate. I often call butyrate the high-octane fuel for your body. It does not just stay in your gut. It enters your bloodstream and acts as a powerful anti-inflammatory agent that helps seal the leaks in your endothelium. This is the secret to plaque removal that most surgeons do not have time to explain. Let us break down the ingredients of the ultimate artery clearing bowl. First, you start with a base of resistant starch. You can get this by cooking oats or even potatoes and letting them cool in the refrigerator for 24 hours. This process is called retrogradation. It changes the molecular structure of the starch so it does not spike your blood sugar. Instead, it travels deep into your colon to feed the bacteria that produce butyrate. This cooled starch acts as a prebiotic, which is essentially fertilizer for the good bacteria in your gut. Next, you add polyphenols from dark berries. These compounds are like a protective shield for your nitric oxide levels. Nitric oxide is a gas produced by your endothelium that tells your arteries to relax and dilate. As we age, our ability to produce nitric oxide drops significantly, which leads to stiffer arteries and higher blood pressure. By adding blueberries or blackberries, you are providing the raw materials to keep your vessels flexible. Then you add a tablespoon of ground flax seeds for plant-based omega-3 fatty acids. These fats reduce the stickiness of your blood, making it less likely for clots to form. Flax seeds also contain which have been shown to lower blood pressure in clinical trials. Finally, you can add a pinch of cinnamon. Think of cinnamon as a natural lubricant for your insulin locks. It helps your cells take up sugar more efficiently so it does not stay in your blood and damage your vessel walls. This is how you reverse atherosclerosis naturally. You are not just eating breakfast, you are performing a biological upgrade. We also need to talk about the things that are quietly destroying your heart health. Many of the foods labeled as healthy are actually hidden sources of fructose. While fruit is fine in moderation, concentrated fructose from juices and syrups goes directly to your liver. This creates uric acid, which acts like shards of glass in your arteries and leads to fatty liver disease. If your liver is full of fat, it cannot properly regulate your cholesterol levels. This is why I recommend keeping your uric acid levels below 5.5 milligrams per deciliter. Another silent killer is the lack of magnesium. Over 80% of the population is deficient in this mineral, which is responsible for over 300 biochemical reactions, including the relaxation of your heart muscle. Magnesium acts as a natural calcium channel blocker, helping to keep your heart rhythm steady and your blood pressure low. If you take vitamin D without magnesium, you might actually be doing more harm than good because magnesium is required to activate the vitamin and keep calcium out of your arteries and in your bones where it belongs. When calcium ends up in the arterial wall, it turns soft plaque into hard, calcified plaque, which makes the vessels brittle. To optimize your cardiovascular health, you should also consider your food order. Always eat your fiber and protein first before you touch any carbohydrates. This simple hack can reduce your glucose spike by 40% and your insulin spike by 30%. High insulin is the signal that tells your body to store fat and create inflammation, so keeping it low is essential for longevity. For those looking for an extra edge, I often discuss berberine, which many call nature. Berberine activates an enzyme called AMPK, which is like the master metabolic switch of your cells. It helps your body burn fat and improves insulin sensitivity in a way that rivals prescription medications, but with fewer side effects for most people. AMPK activation also triggers autophagy, which is the process where your cells clean out damaged components. This is vital for maintaining a healthy heart, as it helps clear out old, dysfunctional proteins within the cardiac muscle cells. However, you must always check with your doctor first because berberine can interact with other drugs. Beyond nutrition, we must look at how we move. You do not need to walk 10,000 steps if you are doing the right kind of exercise. The 4x4 Norwegian protocol is one of the most effective ways to improve your VO2 max, which is the single best predictor of how long you will live. This involves 4 minutes of high-intensity effort followed by 3 minutes of active recovery, repeated 4 times. Studies have shown this can actually reverse 20 years of heart aging in just a couple of years. It strengthens the heart muscle and makes your arteries more resilient to pressure. When you perform high-intensity intervals, your heart has to pump a large volume of blood with each beat. This stretches the heart chambers and improves their elasticity. Over time, this leads to a lower resting heart rate and a more efficient cardiovascular system. Remember that the goal is not perfection. A diet that is 70% optimal, but that you can follow for the rest of your life, is far superior to a perfect diet that you quit after 2 weeks. We are looking for sustainable shifts that build momentum over time. As you start this journey, you will notice changes within just 30 days. Your energy will stabilize, your brain fog will lift, and your blood markers will begin to move toward the optimal zones rather than just the normal zones. We want your ALT below 25 and your B below 60. These are the numbers that truly matter for a long and healthy life. By focusing on these evidence-based strategies, you are taking the power back from the healthcare system and becoming your own best advocate. You are not just waiting for a symptom to appear, you are actively engineering a body that is resistant to disease. This is the essence of metabolic longevity. We must also understand the concept of metabolic adaptation. When you try to lose weight by simply cutting calories, your body thinks it is starving and slows down your metabolism. This is why many people fail to see results even when they eat less. Instead of focusing on restriction, we should focus on nutrient density. By flooding your system with the right fibers and healthy fats, you send a signal of abundance to your brain, which allows your body to release stored fat and reduce the inflammation that clogs your arteries. Think of your body as a high-performance racing car. If you put low-quality fuel in it, the engine will eventually knock and fail. But if you provide it with the premium fuel of whole foods and specific nutrients, you can keep it running at peak performance for decades. The simple bowl we discussed is that premium fuel. It provides the building blocks for a healthy gut lining and a strong cardiovascular system. Furthermore, we must consider the role of the kidneys in heart health. Many people overlook the C test, which is a much more accurate measure of kidney function than the standard creatinine test. Your kidneys regulate your blood pressure, and if they are struggling, your heart has to work much harder. By keeping your blood sugar stable through the methods we have discussed, you are also protecting your kidneys from damage. This interconnectedness of our organs is why a holistic metabolic approach is so much more effective than treating symptoms in isolation. When you fix the root cause, which is often insulin resistance and chronic inflammation, everything else begins to fall into place. Your blood pressure drops, your cholesterol profile improves, and your risk of a heart attack or stroke plummets. This is the power of obesity medicine based on evidence. It is about using data and science to fine-tune your biology. I encourage you to look at your latest blood work and see where you stand. Do not just settle for normal. Aim for the optimal levels that ensure a long health span. If your doctor tells you that your numbers are fine, but you still feel sluggish or have a family history of heart disease, do not be afraid to ask for more advanced tests like B and A. Being a self-advocate for your health is the most important skill you can develop. You are the one who lives in your body every day, and you have the most to gain from optimizing its function. As we move forward, I will continue to share the latest research on how you can use food as medicine to reverse disease and reclaim your vitality. The journey to a healthy heart starts with the very next meal you eat. Make it count by choosing the ingredients that support your arteries and your overall metabolism. Every day is a new opportunity to build a stronger version of yourself. Do not let another day go by without taking action. Your heart is the engine of your life, and it deserves the very best care you can provide. By understanding the biochemistry of what you eat, you are no longer a victim of your genetics or your environment. You are the architect of your own health. This is the most empowering realization you can have. Let us continue to learn and grow together as we explore the incredible potential of the human body to heal and thrive. I hope you found this deep dive into heart health and the power of nutritional intervention helpful. If you have a friend or a family member who is struggling with high blood pressure or has been told they have high cholesterol, please share this video with them. Early prevention is the most important gift you can give someone you love. My mission is to provide you with the latest evidence-based science so you can make informed decisions about your own body. I want to hear from you in the comments section below. Have you tried adding resistant starch or more fermentable fiber to your diet, and what changes have you noticed? Also, let me know if there are specific blood tests or supplements you would like me to analyze in future videos. Your feedback helps me create the content that serves you best. If you want to stay updated on the latest research in obesity medicine and metabolic health, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Remember that your health is your most valuable asset, and it is never too late to start making better choices. Every meal is an opportunity to either feed disease or fight it. Choose to fight for your longevity and your vitality every single day. Thank you for being part of this community and for taking your health seriously. I am honored to be your guide on this journey toward optimal wellness. Goodbye for now, and I look forward to our next conversation.